How's it going? And welcome to another episode of my 30-day camera challenge. I'm getting old, and I've been thinking about having kids. Oh my god. One of the things that I've been pondering about is parenting. As you can see, I've been raised on Asian values, but I've received Western education. While I agree on some of the points, I also don't agree with a lot of them. So today, we're diving into Eastern versus Western parenting style. Then discuss how I will potentially raise my kids. Let's get to it. Emphasis on independent versus interdependence. In the West, individuality is encouraged from the get-go. Meanwhile, in the East, it's more about fostering interdependence, valuing strong family and community ties. My mother always emphasized on what others might think of our family. A common terminology for this is saving face. This definitely had played a role in my life as I was growing up. Communication varies too. Eastern parenting often uses implicit cues, while Western parenting leans towards direct and open conversations. In Korea and Japan, we have a whole set of vocabularies when it comes to talking to elders, parents, strangers, or customers. There are even manner schools in Korea. I didn't have to go because I was hella respectful, or I was living in New Zealand at the time. Anyways, respect and politeness is the name of the game. Eastern parenting often carries more hierarchical tone. Parents are seen as authority figures, while Western parenting involves more dialogue and negotiation. I've heard so many of my colleagues talking to their toddler as mate. I don't know how I feel about that. Education is a big one. The East tends to put heavy emphasis on academic success. And you can see that saving face also plays a part in this as well, creating a high pressure environment. In the West, it's more balanced approach, nurturing various skills beyond academics. I remember going to Hagwon or after school to learn math and science. I hated that, but it kind of worked, but I hated it nonetheless. Discipline differs a lot too. Western parenting might be more strict, focusing on obedience, while Western approaches might encourage reasoning and explanation. Hitting a child is still a thing in Asian countries. It's not so much over here. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's illegal. I personally think there are better ways to discipline kids than physical violence. We just gotta do some more research and look around. In the East, it's often more hands-on across various aspects of child's life. In the West, it's about fostering independence. My good friend, Luke, his wife is a school teacher, and I hear some pretty horror stories when it comes to helicopter parents. And it is not unusual in Korea for a parent to ready their kid at 8 o'clock in the morning, drop them off to school, pick them back up, take him to after school, take him to piano lessons, and all those kind of various aspects of life when it comes to parenting. Now remember, these are just generalizations, and not many family strictly follows one style over another. And that's probably what I'm going to do. Get the best of both worlds. I do think there is a clear line needed between being a parent and a mate. Respecting the elders is probably a good thing too. Respect and politeness will allow your kid to integrate into the society as a role as a kid much better. Adults will be more likely to help you and teach you valuable life lessons. Last thing you need is another uncontrollable brat into this world. However, I will also teach my kids that education isn't everything. It's important, but there are other ways you can play a role in your own society. Picking up a trade isn't a bad idea. In fact, in Australia, I highly recommend it. And that's it for today. Nice and short. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me hear your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next one.